Before we get in today's lecture, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. And don't forget to mark your calendar for June 24th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do another relational live stream lecture. And the focus of that lecture is I'm going to give a lot of insight on many of the things that I do to continue to grow my YouTube channel. And I was noticing that I'm very, very close to reaching 400,000 subscribers. And I can literally remember when I only had 2 subscribers on my channel. My channel will be 5 years old, I believe June 6th. So I'm really excited about that also. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's very important lecture is people who have a solution-focused mindset. I want to talk about those type of people. You know, if the audience is aware, I fully retired September 2023. I'm a licensed clinical addiction therapist. So, you know, within the field of therapy, you know, we utilize many skills in working with clients, and I still maintain all of my credentials. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is a solution-focused mindset person, because that ties into a certain skill set we learn as therapists in terms of solution-focused brief therapy. So a person who has a solution-focused mindset, first of all, they're easy to pick out. You know, people with a solution-focused mindset, you know, whatever problem they may have, I don't care what that problem is, rather it's, you know, job problem, relationship problems, financial problems, life problems, because we really do live in a problem-focused world. But people with a solution-focused mindset, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to identify the problem. Whatever that problem is, they are going to identify the problem. And then a person with a solution-focused mindset, they're going to immediately begin to brainstorm. They're going to begin to literally brainstorm and literally write down solutions to solve that problem. Even if they have to write down a menu of options, you know, literally a menu of options, a menu of solutions to solve that problem. And once they write down and discuss and talk about that menu of options, like a list to solve that problem, they're going to brainstorm and they're going to come up with a game plan, and they're going to select 2 or 3 best options to solve that problem. They're going to brainstorm again, and they're going to begin at that point to select one option to solve that problem. And once they've done all that, they're going to execute. They are going to move forward, meaning action steps. They're no longer thinking, they're no longer brainstorming, they're no longer writing options down. They have selected the option. Now they are going to execute, meaning action steps. They're going to do the steps, the footwork in order to solve that problem, people, because talk is cheap. And that is the type of person who is a solution-focused mindset. They ain't playing around with this. And then they're going to execute in order to solve that problem, versus someone who's problem-focused in their thinking, problem-focused mindset. A problem-focused mindset person is number one, is never going to write down a menu of options to solve that problem. A problem-focused person, they're going to stay stuck in that problem. They're going to wallow in that problem. They're not going to move to the other side to be able to execute the action steps to solve that problem. That's a big difference between someone who is problem-focused versus solution-focused. That solution-focused person, they're going to identify that problem. They're going to write down a menu of options. I don't care if it's 5 or 6 or 7 different options on that list. And then they're going to select the top 2 or 3. Then they're going to narrow it down and select the top one. And then they are going to execute. They're going to do the footwork to solve that problem, people. And that is a very good description of someone who is solution-focused mindset, solution-focused in the thinking, in the language, and in the actions, in terms of being a solution-focused mindset person. Real talk, people. People who are solution-focused in their mindset, they use those same skill sets in all areas of their life. Rather it's work, school, home, personal life, business. They ain't gonna wallow in no doggone problem for too doggone long, people. And they're going to execute. They're going to also navigate how to use those same skills to navigate through life problems, to be moving in silence, but they're executing their action plan to solve whatever problem that they're up against in this problem-focused world. And that's real talk. And as a therapist who embrace solution-focused type therapy, one of the first things I do as a therapist is I'm going to listen to that person problem. Then I'm going to empower that person and say, now I need for you to write down 10 options, 10 solutions to solve your problem, people. And that's the approach a solution-focused therapist take. We let the client be the experts in solving their problem. This is a powerful skill set. This is a skill set even before I knew it was a skill set in going to graduate school to learn this skill as a therapist. You know, people can be solution focused all of their lives without even realizing there was a skill set, a title to it, because I'm telling you, just like some people are solution focused mindset, I can pick out a person in 30 seconds if they're problem focused mindset. Real talk, people. So share this information in terms of people who are solution focused mindset, solution focused in the thinking, the language, and the behavior, and they use this skill set to excel in all areas of their life. That's all I have. Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.